As always, let me say a special good morning to one and all. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. Today being Tuesday, it's the 18th today, within the month of April, within the year also of 2023. Good morning, it's GT with you, your host for To The Point. Let me say good morning to the listeners this morning, those of you listening via terrestrial radio, 105.5, 105.9, whatever part of the island you're listening us from. If you're also in the Sister Isles, good morning to you also. That's Carriacou, Petit Martinique. Welcome to The Point. Let me say also good morning to our viewers, GBN TV. You're on Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channel 20. Good morning to you also. Hope you're having an awesome day and happy viewing within this hour for, of course, the program To The Point. Our social media audience, as always, let me say good morning to you. Those of you already chimed in via the Facebook page, the YouTube channels, and via the website, gbn.gd. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. Yes, so we got all the little formalities out of the way, so let's go right through. It's going to be an open-lined edition for today. 435-2041, that's the number. You can call and of course, express your views, your concern. I would certainly be happy if everyone just get their point in pretty quickly and just roll out. I'll be so happy for that. Just mean get your point to the point. All right? We could put it in that way. A lot's been happening for the last couple of days, and there's lots of talk that's going around. Maybe you want to chime in on some of it. There's nothing specific that I will be asking you to speak about this morning, except that the topic line becomes specific of a particular topic line. I guess we will roll with that if everybody seems to be chiming in on that, but it becomes a particular topic point that we will be dealing with. Anyway, let's get set to get hold of our very first caller for this morning, 435-2041. And as I click this line, let's see who's on it. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning, GT. It's always a pleasure even participating in your program.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I have a few concerns. One of it is that we have the heads of government focusing for the next, I think today is the second day, on the issue of crime and violence in the Caribbean. It's a symposium, and it is said that it's a serious concern to the heads.
Yes, I've been following also, I've been listening.
Hosted by Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, it not appear that we are concerned, except when specific incident happen and we get to break or back. And it's unfortunate because what we are told, when your neighbor is house on fire, you should get water to wet it. That's an adage or a piece of wisdom that has been passed down over the years. And we are acting as if we are immune. It's the same thing we do with the issue of water. We waste water, the issue we deal with when we are birth.
Oh, you would be calling?
We are immune from those things. And I think that the fact that the Caribbean leaders have been meeting for the last, meeting now for 2 days, should have been one of the focus. Because if the leaders are supposed to be representing our interests, and if crime and violence is our interest, we should pay attention to what they are saying. And I do believe that this activity, because of the way the population is not engaged or not involved or associated with the effort that the leaders say that they are about to try and resolve, nothing would come out of it. So I know I can't stay for the whole morning, but let me give one other issue. The problem is, GT, is that we are pretentious people. We pretend that we're not even pretending, and that's the biggest problem. We pretend, an issue came up this morning about the color issue. But we're not dealing with the foundation of that color issue. That color issue came into Grenada after from 1995, when we Jamaicanized our political and electoral system. We know the role a certain lady played on behalf of a certain group that had a lot of dominance over the country for a long time. So we cannot pretend, and we should at least admit. The Singaporean had a saying, and maybe that was they were successful, that the greatest thing you can do to yourself is admit you have a problem and begin to solve it. And we have denied that there have been gangs in Grenada. We have denied that there are riffing groups. We have denied everything. We deny even that we are who we are. And that is the problem, by pretending that we're not pretending. Thanks.
Thank you, caller. Interesting contribution to get the ball rolling this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line edition for To The Point this morning. And the caller did make some interesting points. Some I may not want to, of course, getting on a personal level in terms of having a rebuttal to it, but a very interesting points, caller. Appreciate it a whole lot. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT, and how you do?
I am doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm very well, thanks, GT. I love that T-shirt your wife chose this morning.
All right.
Don't forget to tell us that we have the same choice.
No problem.
GT.
Yes.
Now, since before I was born, and I'm just 65, and we're here when it's dry season, no water. And we have our system, which we know when it's dry season, no water. And it seems to be like we accept it. We have Mr. Husbands, I do not know how long Mr. Husbands managing Nawasa. And to me, it's quite a while. And I cannot see any development at all within the storage of water. Mr. Husband ideas expire, he run out. Now, in my opinion, we should build more bark, more storage, more place to put water in the rainy season when the rain is falling and full it up. Two, the people that living in the less fortunate that living in certain parts of the country. Now, WASA should but provide whatever in the big black tank. And every month, the same way, like if the bill is $50, you put a $5 or $10, they are going to pay for it. Make arrangement with them on the behalf of, so they always have water. So I believe Mr. Husband should step out from the chair at now and give Mrs. Husband an opportunity for we to get her ideas, And there is a talk about I must congratulate the government, which I'm happy about in my understanding according to the GIS. Now, let me tell you, all my information has come from the television, so they can't sue me. That 500 new senior citizens has been added onto the SEED program, and I say I am well pleased. Okay. It could have been more, but I don't know. However, I'm calling upon Mr. Telesford, the Honorable Telesford. Now, you see the Minister of Finance talking about money and so on. You see agriculture. You see everybody talking about certain things in their portfolio. But I have never, ever heard the Honorable Telesford speak about the senior citizen in cost of the $300 and the cost of living and negotiate on their behalf. I've never heard. So I know the Prime Minister give everybody a portfolio so that they will work upon that. But I've never heard the Honorable Telesford. So what I'm saying, if he cannot do it or it's too tough, kindly give it to Honorable Tevin Andrews. I have more to say, but I will close for now.
Thank you, caller.
Have a good morning.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435. Let me say good morning to viewers via our social media platform, the Facebook page. Cynthia, Gaffer, let's say good morning to all of you folks. Mona and all of you who are viewing via our social media platform, the Facebook page especially. Good morning to you and thanks for being part of To The Point this morning. So we're going to be getting to your comments shortly. Let's say good morning to this caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
Good morning.
You know that recent caller, she has a point. When these people get into office, you go there, you wanted vote, you get there on top. No. Do what you say and say what you do. Some of them, they ain't interested. They're on top of the seat, so they ain't studying you again. They better do better than that because they're going to be removed.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. We have 12 minutes after the hour instead of the to the point this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome.
Morning, again.
Good morning to you, sir.
Again. Up on Friday, I spoke about that dirty water coming through the line.
Mm-hmm.
Whole weekend was the same thing. Up to this morning. I mean, now I start to do better than that.
What area you at, sir? What area you at?
The Grand Mall Montmartre area.
Mm-hmm.
Calabash Alley, to be specific. So you telling me now I start to have a way to come around and bleed the line and let the dirty water run or something and so people could get fresh water? My gripe is, you have to let your meter run that you have to pay for, and you cannot use the water. Only thing you could use the water to do and is a problem if you're using it to do, they talk about do wash vehicle and do wet plants and all them things. Eh? It's unfair. We have to pay, and you don't pay, they're looking to cut you off. And when they cut you off, you have to pay extra money. You know? Your bill is $30. You have to pay 60-something or more just to get reconnection. I mean, come on, man. That's ridiculous now.
Certainly understand your grief, caller. Certainly do understand your grief. Thanks a whole lot.
Yeah.
All right. Certainly hope someone that Nawasa understands what is going on to the grief from the caller, and they will try some way of rectifying that problem. Yeah, because it seems that I've been hearing lots of individuals talking about in terms of the condition of the water that they're receiving in their taps, and it's no good for an individual's health, family's health as a whole. You understand? So that should really be rectified as soon as possible. Let's entertain another caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Tellisford, and how are you?
I'm doing fine.
All right. Mr. Tellisford, I'm hearing on the news and all over the tongue there's something going on with the NNP, and there will be a meeting this evening in the country, and they're asking Miss Delma Thomas to attend. This is my view. Delma Thomas, do not go. You never know where they have a sharpshooter in the corner. Don't go, Delma Thomas.
I still don't think your thoughts should go that. I still don't think your thoughts should go that far, caller. I mean, it's really stretching your imagination a wee bit too wide. I don't think you should really be thinking on that level. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome,
Mr. Tellisford.
Good morning to you, sir.
Greetings. How are you?
Doing good.
I trust that you're okay, and likewise our Grenadian population. Mr. Tellisford, I listen to your programs in the morning up to 10, most times when there are interesting things or views expressed by others that rouse me. You listen, Mr. Tellisford, and we have a repeat of things. The same thing for the pub been back in my little country here now for 13 years. And the same subject matters and complaints are being made repeatedly, Mr. Tellisford. 3 different administrations. And the same thing. Deficiency with water, chaos on the streets, people violating the law here, there, and everywhere. Until when? My question is, brothers and sisters, until when? Can no one see that the country cannot continue to operate like that? That somewhere along the line we have to draw the reins, stop it, control it, at least mitigate it in the early stages, and move towards correcting it so that we can have a reasonable future, if I'm to use a particular word, into the future. Better than we have today? Oh, Mr. Tellisford, it's saddening to me as an old Grenadian. And I've seen a bit of all. And I've had the opportunity to see it in other parts, which I would not refer to because I know what. But let me get to the meat of the matter, Mr. Tellisford. Yesterday morning, your guest, Mr. McIntyre, and another chap there, raised an issue which I think I wish I said briefly yesterday morning. I commend them on the effort. I do not want to dampen their spirits in making an effort. But here's why I do not believe that their initiative will solve any problem. Because it's beyond what we think individually. You got the information coming there that over the years, many of the things that they spoke about yesterday morning have been happening, and the authorities have not been doing anything to correct it or to correct these defects and deficiencies. And you understand why it is simple. Because the system is, you see, I speak as a mechanic. Principles of mechanics is a thing that they want to teach everything in school, but I think a bit of that may be considered principles of mechanics. There are certain logical ends, termination, finishes to certain things, Mr. Telford. If you continue with one may say inefficiencies, and it is or they are allowed to grow and grow and grow, you reach a stage of chaos, calamity. And that is where we are today, because we've been overlooking everything in this country. The same aforementioned of the chaos on the road, the bus drivers doing what they want, the other drivers doing what they want, people stopping where they want, do what they want, entering people property, do what they want, and nothing happens. It's because the system is no more adequate and appropriate to deal with the circumstances that are confronting us. We have to grab the reins by the horn, and the bull by the horn, and straighten it out. I love the ideas, but Mr. Gentleman, I laud and I applaud you on the effort, but you will see the police have been allowing impropriety, malfeasance in this here country. I've witnessed it, I've seen it, I've heard it. So what do? Let us seriously consider people, individual people of this country. Remember, there's only a people can save a people. Politicians, you'll see in today that they all of them headed, somebody just said it in another way, but all of them head in the same bag. The new group take away, new group, new names. The same thing is happening because of this, and they love it because it creates a tete for them. They don't like to hear me say that. But the only way we can stop things is by stopping it. And I urge this new government to do what they ought to do, because it will really suffer me for one day to have to vote against them in the next 5 years. It will be unfortunate. Finally, I'll say this. Brothers and sisters, pay attention to 4.5 years of the revolution. But it taught patriotism. It taught love for country. The colors are divided. They are divided. They destroyed their country. Get rid of that. Or we going to do it again, because we had to sit down and talk amongst ourselves in a constituent assembly. We cannot continue to let these British trained lawyers who have been set in place to maintain colonialism and to keep us in the state of subservience and subjugation to a British crown. That is where our problem is. Have a nice day, William, Mr. Tellis.
You too, Mr. Rolo. Have yourself a lovely day. 435-2041. We will continue with your calls after the break. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors. Agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers. It's To The Point for today, Tuesday, the 18th day of April. It's an open line edition for To The Point for today. And before we entertain the callers, our callers will be calling in. Let's see if we could grab some of the comments. Seem to be a heated debate on with the comments on via the Facebook page this morning. And we've seen lots of course, seems to be agreeing with some of the sentiments that was echoed by Mr. Rollo. We have Akima saying, yes, Citizen Rollo, my next comment would have been what you just mentioned. The same thing over and over, like nobody listening. I think you should be more of get these issues. We here at GBN, this was saying that should we do more to get these issues highlighted. And another, we have Agnes saying, days I'm begging why I have to pay at the end of the month for something that's muddy. Try and do better. I guess she's referring to the water condition that an individual called in and spoke about. And we have Shirina saying, Mr. Rollo, when you're right, you're right. Yes, no, the same things has been going on. Hopefully, eventually it would be handled in the coming years. Let's see if I can entertain another comment before we go back to the phone line. And we have Blessed Gal Taylor is saying, Lord Grenadians, just 9 months the government in office. And they have 20 years of mismatch to clean up. And what's the other folks are just close generalized conversation and just saying good morning and so forth. Let's entertain this caller. Caller, good morning and you're welcome.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
I want to speak a little thing that what I observed concerning the show weekend. I saw that songster is my favorite songster. I think is the Markham guy. He was on stage, simple with the little damaged jeans, the little hat on his head with the locks. I didn't even see a little sign of he went in a salon because he not nail, just simple. And when I watch some of our women here, $80 for facelift alone, plus $100 for suit and clothes. I say, oh my God, I'm sure a woman must be spend more than $300 on herself, although she money, but that is what I observe with the songs that we go in and cheer up. He was so simple. So I'm wondering if we can take a page of them and be simple too, and perhaps next time we might have a little money in we hand when we come out, some of us. When we come, because I know you have some have extra, but you had some they go out and next day they didn't have. So I just look in the simpleness of the artist. The next thing I want to speak about is we're talking about the water. Since last week, Friday, water gone by me by the hospital. And since the water come back for the whole week, is dirty. I don't know what's going on. I thought for some main break, so they try to arrange it. But all these days, I find the water should clear up by now. So I don't know what's going on. I wish they could come and let us know what's really taking place with this water, because it's a cost. We have to pay for the water. Sometimes we open the pipe, and you have to leave the water run out for more than 2 minutes before you could get some water to wash away. When telling you about dirty is mud. And rain don't fall to say, well, you know, when rain falls, slide, the water get dirty, but outside is so dry. So I don't know, now I have a real problem, and at least when you know what's going on, then you'll be at ease. But if you don't know, you may have all kind of things thinking about in your mind. So I would like them to come and give us some kind of explanation about how this water is so dirty in this dry season.
Thank you, Gola. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041. And I'm looking at a comment here via the WhatsApp. Someone is saying, good morning, GT. Please, now I need to, of course, need some, they say that they need some water in the Montparnasse area. They said since last week, Wednesday, they got some water, and it's not been back since. And so they understand that the resources are low. And we know we're into the dry season, and we seem to be we'll be getting a bit of an extended dry season this year for some reason. I've been listening to the experts talking about that. But there are folks who are coming for it. It seems we may have lost that caller there. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's see if we can entertain this caller. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome.
Good morning. I understand with this NOAS, I think some of the pipes apparently old, and it need changing. So I don't know if that could be the problem. But I tend to agree with what Mr. Rollo say and maybe one or two of the others. Because as far as I see, government come, government go. And previous ones. It's the same. There's no difference, All they talk about transformation. I don't know if cleaning up the Lagoon Road is form of transformation. That is beautification. That is not transformation. Is something like Gary, who, despite what happened, was able to get a medical school, and the medical school is producing the GDP 45%. Then you talk about transformation, but not cleaning up the Lagoon Road. But what I'm saying to 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. All of them seem to be, there's no difference. You condemn the one before and you're doing the same or worse. And this is my problem I have with them. You're not better than the other one. We thought you'd have been better, but you was. Are you doing the same? I want to also just talk about the short play about the little the interview that Keith Mitchell had with 3 journalists. And he blamed the party for his loss. That is not correct. Keith Mitchell is the one that to be blamed. Because when you look at what was happening at that point in time, the relationship with the government and the trade union was toxic. There was the issue with the pension. There was the issue with the TAMCC workers, docking a salary, just about everything. The industrial climate was terrible. Also that the people wanted the permanent jobs because they feel they're in the money program all these years. So when you look at these factors, it was an anti-Keith sentiment that was going on. It is because of him. The people voted against Keith Mitchell. They didn't vote for the love NDC. The leader, the new leader of the NDC, had very little significance, with due respect to him, to say is a leader that win the election. I call people to say he's a leader, young new people and bright new leader and people. He's not he. The person to be blamed is Keith Mitchell, and it's because of the environment he created. They're fed up of him. They wanted it to go. You know what Delma was saying to, and the people were saying it's time for him to go and all kind of thing. But I himself going into all of that, what she say. So the people wanted a change. It's not that they love NDC or they love any leader. So when he sits down there, as a matter of fact, I say, with due respect, regardless of who the leader was in NDC at that NDC time, they would have won because the NP and Keith Mitchell handed the electoral victory to Keith Mitchell on the NDC on a gold platter, and said they didn't have to work too, because you have to give credit to the old NDC people who was there that managed the campaign, like Ann Peters and others.
All right, caller, take another 10 seconds and wrap, please.
All right. So what I'm trying to say is he that's responsible for handing the elections to NDC, and it's not no leader that was responsible for the victory. It's he that responsible for the defeat. And thank you.
Thank you also for being part of it. Good morning to all, of course, all viewers and listeners this morning. Once again, it's To The Point for today, Tuesday the 18th of April. Open line edition for To The Point this morning. Let's, I the caller before, I was a little tickled in terms of her contribution, and when she mentioned that, how individual dressed and the amount of money they're spending. I think it's an individual right. They do have the finances to spend on the particular clothing that they want to. and it's their right to do so. So I'm not sure if it should have been an issue there at all. Anyway, good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning to you, GT.
Good morning.
First, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Duncan and the organizers of the Regu Fest show that went over the weekend. I believe it's the positives, that effect that show would have had on our economy outweighs the negative. And because, it had a rippling effect. The nail tech, the hairdresser, the boutique, the customs department, because as far as I understand, so many people ordered stuff and came in and would have had to pay duty. There were people who came in from abroad from the show. I understand on Monday the airport was buzzing with activities. JetBlue was even asking people to, take off and offering them money. So we benefited in a positive way. The breweries, those who sold the chicken, the busmen, all the next morning, 8 o'clock, buses are coming up from St. George's to Grenville. And for this, we are eternally grateful, especially when you hear so much people talking of, things there, these activities. And to those who organized the Saraka, they did a good job keeping our culture alive.
All right.
And I say to our people, what do you do when your children go wrong or come, as you would say, last in an exam? Do you punish them and put them in a corner, or you seek help and advise and assist them so that they would do better in the next exam? Let us work with our young people. We have bashed them over the years for so many times, speaking of them in such negative ways, and they are rising to the call, to the occasion. And I believe it is time that we take a positive look and support them, condemn, yes, when you have to, when they go wrong, but I believe we must applaud the good efforts. And, it puzzles me, because we blaming Kittigel for losing the election. Who do we praise for the 6th seat the NNP won?
All right, caller.
Let us think.
Take another 10 seconds and wrap, please, caller.
Have a great day.
You too, caller. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
That caller, I usually let me deal with that caller because, damaged jeans is not something that is cheap. Maybe based on the material and the Syrian stores she go to, she can see where maybe it costs a little money. But a real damaged jeans, based on the brand, costs hundreds of US dollars.
Well, I didn't foresee an issue in thinking about what the individual's wearing.
I understand that.
I don't foresee that issue there. If you could afford to wear anything you wear.
But she jump on our ladies. Our ladies are dressed. They spend too much money in the stuff. And I think I used to do that because I love to see when a woman is well dressed and she's looking beautiful. And I was happy to see our ladies in the stadium were looking so sweet and beautiful, and it was just a beautiful sight for me.
Well, that's what I said is an individual right to spend whatever they want on themselves to make themselves feel happy.
I love to see that. Women in a little dress and they have a little higher shoes, and it's just a perfect sight, to see, in my eyesight.
All right,
but
man.
one point I have to make, and I had a problem with that. I do believe that a show gives you a time when it would start, and it should also give you a time when it would end. I don't like to go to a show personally, brother, and then all 7, 8 in the morning, I sit down, the sun getting hot to me, I sit down trying to see that show end. I think the promoters and even the government, because when you travel to different countries and they have events, you have a starting time and an ending time. I passed 4 accidents when I'm coming up. 4 accidents in the road. Men damaged the vehicle completely. I didn't meet a couple of them, I guess they went in the hospital. But I'm not saying that would happen. If I is in a show from since 9, drinking alcohol, then you have him there until 8 in the morning, and he's driving home, eventually he's going to mash up his vehicle. He might kill somebody because he must fall asleep on the road, most likely. So our promoters have to understand, even the government has to give this people time to finish. because they would drag this thing on and drag it on, just make the bar sell, make more money. But in whose interest? It is in their interest, not the people's interest. So you have to look at the people. I said it was snowing, literally snowing in the stadium, you know. I'm thinking like, come on, bro. So we need to put a starting time and an ending time in this event. You know? I mean, the promoters have to understand that. We cannot have our patrons, they snowing and bouncing the vehicle and damaging themselves and killing themselves because of a show. It doesn't make sense.
Caller, thank you for your contribution. We drew for a break. Let's take it. We're coming back with more of your phone calls here on To The Point, more of your comments via our Facebook page, and more directly after the break. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming. When a family tragically loses a loved one, does it matter whether by means of a gun or a motor vehicle? To avoid accidents, drivers and pedestrians alike must exercise extreme caution when using the road.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers. It's To The Point for today, Tuesday. We in final segment of the show this morning. Just approximately 20 minutes left on today's program. Let's entertain this caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Not bad, sir.
Yeah, big up the status. I think the show was really good, and the gentleman who had just spoke, at least the international procedures with the shows. Normally, we cannot go any other way because we are local, and to put our artists on an international stage is also good. I want to big up Steve, the promoter, super duper talking, and at the same time, liberation movements were here, and you're friends. I'm friends with entertainers. I believe in entertainers. I believe our people can go forward. Our people are most. That is one way in an avenue that I pray God every day for Grenada Fine Oil, just so that basically. It didn't go as the plan. They had what you call a schedule for the show, which is the time. And the guy's supposed to come on stage at least 2 o'clock, the main act, Shabba Ranks. And at least everything went like in accordance that God just blessed this place. It was a history. It was something that I want Grenadian to understand what I'm saying. And it was a blessing because Shabba Ranks is one guy who stand up for no Sodom and Gomorrah situation, which he said no, and they took him off. And even a lot of people, no one is perfect. So we must all remember to forgive people and consider the good things. Now, what had happened there? It's international recognition with all the medias would play. It would pull up Facebook. I think it go viral because the show went in a way that it just go on its own in an orientational family way that the families came, people from other parts of the world. They flew and came here. Liberation Movements, which is a Grenadian recognizing song in New York. And they were here. He is friends with these artists. They were going to pick them up. And when you reach in Bolio, the whole road block, we say it's an accident. No accident. We had to leave there and go around the other way because we leave 11 and we have to reach there to pick them up at least 12 o'clock to come on for 2 o'clock. So the time schedule and what had happened, so much people came to the show. It was so in a way that we just had to leave it on its own. That's why the show ended up in morning time.
All right,
so
caller.
We have to understand. Anyway.
Thank you for your contribution, man.
Yeah, I bless up all artists and I pray one day that people could really, go forward and just like these guys we from Barbados. Anyway, be GT. I don't want to be too long.
All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good morning. 435-2041. 435-2041. It's To The Point, open line edition, which means you have the option of calling and share your views, your concerns this morning here. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I'm good. All right. My thing is, the terminal, I understand. I was baffled on learning recently that the terminal is being closed 8 o'clock during the week, 8 o'clock at night, and 9 o'clock Friday and Saturday. What is going on in Grenada? Are we going back in time? Are we retracting, or are we going forward? How can we close? You have workers working up to all 11 o'clock, hotel workers, restaurant workers working on until all 10 o'clock in the night. And you telling me that they're going to close the terminal 8 o'clock during the week and 9 o'clock Friday and Saturday? That is backward stepping, man. That is no way going forward. That is no way promoting development. In Trinidad, in the bigger countries, there is 24/7. Life goes on 24/7. Why are we closing down the terminal? You can't get a bus. Before in Grenada, you on a Friday, you could take a chance and be in town all 11 o'clock and get a bus. Now it's a different situation. Are we prior to COVID? That is how life was, and now we are after COVID. Are we still on a lockdown situation? I would tell you, I was really baffled when I learned that this decision was made to close the terminal 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. All right, so I have a real problem with that, and we have to. That decision needs to be revamped if we want to move forward and develop ourselves and make life sociable to Grenadians as a people.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041. And some folks may take the callers, to task for that, because it may have hindered individuals who use the terminal that late after 8 o'clock, I would say. But there's no service that really goes on for now. And if there is service 24 hours, maybe the terminal will have to operate at 24 hours. But most buses, after 7 p.m., they're no longer, on the roads. Individuals, most time, if you drive in your personal vehicle and you drive through the town, you will see that people are just waiting there. So I'm not sure the reason why the authorities decide the terminal closes at 8 p.m. weekdays and go an extra hour on weekends. But let's find out why. Let's entertain another caller. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's entertain another caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Camille Teresa Scott, sir. And I listen to this is on the point, eh?
Yes, you are.
I listen to people give them thing. With the last caller, I'm an operator on the bus terminal. And the first time in my life, I live in England, I live in America, and I never see that happening as a poor country as Grenada. We operating there, sir, and they serve a letter to all the vendors that we have to close the 8 o'clock. The caller is so right, and he have people that leave in a job 8 o'clock in Lansepine to come to the town of St. George to in the bus terminal, sir. Allow me to say what I have to say. To get a bus, to go to Sepes, to go to Guave, go to Grenville, and they cannot get a bus. If you want to close the 8 o'clock and the workers that is working the tired, get a next shift. Get a next shift. Because first time I see that in my life. You understand? These people that come out to work have to go home. And he have buses. He does have buses. So not to say he don't have buses to take people home. But when you close there, what's going to happen to the people in this country? I don't understand what's going on in Grenada. Something is not right. And to a former caller that spoke about Miss Delma Thomas and tell her, don't go. All the other times she was going, nobody didn't want to kill her. Who want to kill her? We too bad mind in Grenada. We have to stop that. The world listen to us. The world listen to us. We have to stop this kind of thing. It's not right. Nobody go do anything. It's not right. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. We drew for a break. Let's take it. Should be our final break for the show for today. When we come back, we take our final segment of calls. We're coming right back. Stay with us.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking for that.
Hey, welcome back, listeners and viewers, to the point for today, Tuesday, the 18th of April. Open line edition this morning, which means you have the option of calling in, sharing your views, your concerns of matters that could be of national interest. You probably have an issue that you would like to speak about. Feel free to do so. Let's entertain this caller. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing pretty well.
Mr. Telesford, my husband is a fisherman. He brought his boat up to have some work done.
Are you with us, caller? Go right ahead. You may, caller, before you continue, please. If you have a radio or television playing in the background, I think it's causing a bit of distraction, so have it turned off, please.
Yes, I turn it off. Yes, my husband, we live at Mount Morris. My husband is a fisherman. He brought the boat up to have some repair done. He's all set to go back down on the Carnage. Somebody, boat by the name of CRYPTO, Crispo, whatever. And we just cannot locate the person to have them move it on that marine that he set up. He bought stainless steel, and he did it by himself. He even contacted the police station before he put it in there. And this person just occupied the marine, and we can't get in contact with him, and he's ready to bring the boat down.
Well. I am not sure how much I could say about that. And you said if you spoke to the police has not even been able to contact the individual who is causing the problem.
No, we spoke to the police before we had the marine put there.
Mm-hmm. So someone now has occupied the space that you wants to use.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And you have no knowledge who the individual and you have no knowledge who the individual is, and there's no knowledge who that particular individual who's occupying the space.
No, we don't know him.
All right. Well, you may have to get in contact with someone in the authority and see if they could have this problem rectified. I'm not sure how much we could do here about that,
Okay.
Have a good morning. 435-2041, the final 8 minutes left on today's program. If you do have an issue you'd like to speak about, feel free to do so. It's to the point. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you. I'm doing great.
Great. Good to hear you. Mr. Telesford, my concern is, now when you listen to callers, a lot of things that have been said, a lot of things have been contemplated, a lot of things have been suggested, and most of them feel man can handle the problem. The problem in the world is not the physical, like the earth and the trees and the plants. The problem with the world is human beings. And that is because there are two forces of control in the world. It's God and the devil. And most people reject God. They don't want God in their affairs. They don't want to have anything to do with God. So not that they may be going directly. Some go directly to the devil, but there are those who don't go to the devil, but the devil take them over because they reject God. They don't want God. So when you don't want God, the devil believes, well, it's me you want because you don't want the Creator. So he possesses people and he controls their lives. And that's why we are having all the problems in the world. And it's same people who don't want God, they still complain about one another. And they're both on the same place because they don't want God. The whole world's problem is godlessness. And if people would understand, as a human being, made in the image and likeness of God, we are obligated to surrender to God, but we are not. And when the devil knows that, he come and tempt us like he tempted Christ when after the fasting of 40 days, the devil tempted him, but he did not yield. So he has given back us the authority that Satan took from Adam and Eve. God gave us back that power and authority by dying on the cross in the form of a human, so that we can just look to him and the whole world could be changed if people would turn to God.
All right, caller, take another 10 seconds. Take another 10 seconds and wrap, please, caller.
The problem is we need to turn to Christ, and then all what we're complaining about will be rectified. We must first surrender to Jesus Christ.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point this morning. You have the option of calling and share your views and concerns. 435-2041. Just cleared that line up just there a wee bit. Let me go to the Facebook page. Not much comments being made now in this segment, but let's see if we can entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Morning, my GT. How are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you this morning?
I ain't did too good, but hanging in there.
All right.
I wanted to complain with now also now they have a post pipe underneath the electricity pole, and it's so close to the pole that the water is just soaking it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to get to now also when you call them, well, press this, press the whole, just press, and you press every number in the line, and no one is answering.
All right.
So I want them to know that the electricity pole and water is not friends. So they have to get this line fixed. And
your area, that's just in the Tempe area, right?
Yes, it's coming down to my entrance, but I get in my water because it's now water falls.
Mm.
So the pipe I am now right down in the drain.
Okay,
and you can see the leakage coming from on top the bank now where the post is. The electricity pole is right there.
All
and
right.
the water is going to it.
Well, I hope someone from Nawasa is listening and they will come and try to have that problem rectified as soon as possible.
I hope they do.
Because, we can't afford to have the wastage in the period that we are at right now.
Right.
All right.
So did you have a blessed day?
You too. Have a good day yourself. Have a good one. 435-2041, 435-2041. 6 minutes moving up before the top 10, which means we just have a couple more minutes left before we wrap today's show. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, GT.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm forced to say that the problem in the world is human being. Yes, it's human being. And if we are dwelling on religious issues to solve our problem,
Caller, for some reason you are breaking up badly. I'm not sure if it's your connection, but you may have to call us back. If you probably move go to another location, we probably will get a better connection. 435-2041, 435. We probably have the option of entertaining maybe one or two more callers before we take a wrap for today's program. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Let's entertain another caller before we take a wrap for today. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning.
Caller, would you before you continue, caller, please lower the radio or the television, please.
Calling to let.
Caller, you may have to have the radio or television turned down before you will continue. 435-2041, 435-2041. Callers, please. When you're calling, you could certainly have that conversation via the telephone. You don't have to listen on the radio for a response from me or to even to hear yourself. We could have that conversation without you listening to yourself via the radio or listening to me via the radio. We could do that via the telephone. Let's entertain our final caller for this morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, brother. I don't want to say one other point for you, brother. The area in Poetry, River Antoine, where they built at the Wally and other areas down there. Now, the people in La Poetry are saying that they never know that La Poetry was a sand mining area.
Mm-hmm.
They say that every day you have 4 to 5 trucks, different trucks I'm talking about, not the same truck, making different trips every day. There was a police station still in Granville or even.
So you're saying there are sand mining taking place in that particular area.
Every day, brother.
So that's
it's like an open sepulchre.
So it's illegal sand mining then.
Well, to me, what they're talking like is legal because them guys in prison like be like anytime, any hour.
Man. Well, hope this by you calling in now and stating that what you're hearing or seeing, the authorities will look into that and certainly have that rectified because we can't have the illegal.
We need to rectify that because our beaches need to be kept properly. You know, we need our beaches. All right.
Thank you, man. Have a good morning.
You too, brother.
All right. Hey, folks, that's what we take a wrap for To The Point for today. I want to thank all who contributed in some way or the other. It's via your phone calls, our comments. You sat home, you listened. Thank you so much for being part of it. It's an open line edition for today. Sometimes it's very interesting listening to you callers state your views and concerns. I'm your host, GT. I want to thank you once again. Join me tomorrow once the Almighty permits. We'll be here to take you through for another edition of To The Point. As I will always urge you, take care of yourself and others. Have a good one, folks, and goodbye.